Hello, my name is Cole Wesselmen. I'm a freshman here at Iowa State University from Centennial, Colorado. Most of my high school experience was probably just like any of yours. I said hi to my friends in the hallway and I did my homework. And we really begged for those snow days, like probably any of you did. Why couldn't we just have a snow day? I'm a little bitter about it now because my sister had 2 snow days in a row in January, and I barely had one all of high school. Now, my friends and I in high school really enjoyed spending time on the outside, even in the wintertime. Skiing, hiking, anything outside really intrigued us. Colorado has a lot of natural beauty that we really feel called to appreciate. So, luckily, this one day in December, we had a group of us go up to the mountains. This is Red Rocks Amphitheater, a pretty popular spot for concerts in the Denver area. There's Denver over on the left and some reservoirs over on the right, and my friends here in the stands. Although no one really said it out loud, I knew that that group of friends cared so much about each other. Must have been just caught up in the view. It's beautiful, isn't it? Peach clouds highlighting the bright orange sunset. It's magnificent. It's speechless. It was actually so nice that I actually painted my own picture a year later. Now, tonight I'm not really here to talk about or show you pretty pictures or talk about the reminiscing on high school. No, the reason I painted this picture was because the date of the picture meant so much more to me than the picture itself. That picture earlier was taken on December 13th, 2014. A group of my friends and I went up to the mountains on a Saturday morning in December, not just to appreciate the sunrise, but to remember what happened to us just 1 year earlier at our high school. One of our classmates came into our school with a shotgun, hit Claire Davis, and took his life in the library. In just 80 seconds, my high school made it to the front page of CNN, Fox News, and every major news network in America on Friday, December 13th, 2013. I'm from Arapahoe High School, home of the Arapahoe Warriors. Now, it started out like any normal day in December. Everybody's getting ready for finals and stressing out about their project. But I got dropped off that morning, backpack in hand, but no pain meds. See, I had a major concussion that I got in November that lasted for more than 3.5 months. I couldn't get through a full day of school without having some pain meds. So in first hour when I started getting headaches, I called my mom and said, "Can you bring me some?" She brought me twice the amount that I normally got. I think the only way that I got through that day was because I had that double dose. Now it's about 12:30, and I'm in my English class. We got about 2 hours left of school. Everybody's getting ready for their projects to be done. It's getting kind of loud, so my brain's really not having it. So I start packing up my things and start heading over to the library. I start packing up my things, getting ready to go to the library. We hear a loud bang in the hallway. Didn't think much of it. Thought it was just someone getting upset, slamming a locker. Then we heard 2 more. This wasn't a locker slam anymore. We all ran to the corner, shut off the lights, and locked the door. Terror and fear flooded our faces. For more than an hour in silence, we all prayed to see our family and friends again, quiet and in the dark. After about an hour, we heard this yell, really loud, rapping on the door. It was a SWAT team. As they yelled at the other classrooms, they told us to put our hands in the air and escorted us down the hallway to a door and out to the track. It all happened so fast that nobody really had time to react. We were getting patted down, like in the airports, but this time it was on our own high school track. And this is me on CNN. Same t-shirt and everything. We were all really confused and didn't know what to do. I couldn't find any of my friends out on the track and honestly didn't know where to go. I was getting phone calls from people that I honestly didn't know cared that much about me to even know that this was happening. It took us nearly 3 hours to get bused from Arapahoe to a church just a quarter mile away. My house was just around the corner from Arapahoe High School, but it felt like it was on a different planet. Parents started lining up as soon as they found the drop-off location for their kids. Hours passed, and I couldn't imagine the emotion that they felt trying to see their babies again. Those reunions were filled with hugs of incredible joy and tears of relief. By the time I got home, sat down on my couch, I honestly couldn't tell you what I imagined what would happen to my high school or to my community. I just wanted to rest, to relax, to blind myself to my new reality. Mind you, I was still concussed and I just wanted to sleep. But for the world, they made references to Columbine. And more importantly, that was at the eve of the anniversary of the Sandy Hook shooting just a year earlier. Our little community in Centennial, Colorado was just as chaotic as it sounded on television. See, I was blinded. I just didn't know what was going on. And those cuts, I didn't realize how deep those cuts were until long after the fact. I felt I was just numb to my surroundings. See, when you have a concussion, your head feels like a balloon just ready to explode. The fluorescent lights up and down the hallways just made me feel like I was spinning. Paired with the thoughts that ran through my mind, the what ifs, and the could have beens just made me sick to my stomach. Honestly, I couldn't describe to you some of the feelings I had. Long after I've recovered from my concussion, after I graduated from Arapahoe in May of 2015, I finally realized the magnitude of the event that changed so many in my high school that December day. Over 2 years have gone by since people thought that our world was flipped upside down. I can't even search for my high school online without that search bar coming up with the shooting. I think I get more emotional and more heartbroken about it now than I ever did before, because I see the same news stories pop up across America, and I immediately empathize with them. Just that fear of death, the fear of uncertainty, not knowing where the next step would lead us. Because we just struggle to answer the questions of why, and how could this happen to us? Our school changed and we really didn't know where we were headed. And I see pictures like this. These are two of my friends from Arapahoe High School, standing outside of Berendo Middle School in New Mexico, less than a month later in January, after they had a shooting at their school. Our school didn't react out of grief or anger, but out of compassion. The community that was rocked once again by a shooting rose to the challenge and supported those who needed it. Project Linus made enough blankets to fulfill all 2,200 students at our high school. Our community wanted to spread love and kindness to those who needed it most. The Warrior family spread across the country. the tragedy became our battle cry. The donations to the Memorial Fund for Claire Davis were from people who realize that healing is a group effort, a community effort. If our school just sat back, accepted defeat, I wouldn't be standing where I am today. It was a commitment from the friends and the families in our city to lead lives of love and kindness, to stretch beyond the concrete walls of a school in Colorado. Smiles got wider every day, and hugs got tighter every day. We challenged what it meant to be a school shooting on the news. We didn't go up there and accept defeat. We overcame the adversity, being afraid, not knowing where we were going next. We found a way to redefine recovery. So I challenge you not to stay afraid, not to stay silent when your worst fears arrive. I challenge you to not stay afraid. There's a community of people out there who will love and support you all the way through your weakest moments. There are people who will support you and celebrate with you in your strongest hours. So don't hesitate to jump into compassion. I encourage you to find what we did at Arapahoe High School and find a way to incorporate it into your life. I've challenged you to find a way to live deliberately for love and kindness. The Deliberate Acts of Love and Kindness campaign was a campaign put on by my senior class to not only support students within our own school, but in the community around us. When we choose to live a life for love and kindness, there won't be another random act of kindness again. So, choose to live a life for love and kindness. I challenge you to take the path that Arapahoe did. Take a path of empathy, of compassion, and of love. I encourage you all to be warrior strong. Thank you.